Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back again with another skincare routine, and this one is going to be one of my PM skincare routines. Now I'm saying one because I am actually splitting these up into two videos because there are two main routines that I have throughout the week, and usually I kind of talk about them both in one video, but I feel like that can get kind of confusing when I'm like, oh, well, on exfoliation night, this is where I would do this. So skip this step and do that. And it's just a lot. So I was like, you know what? Maybe there'll be shorter videos. Maybe they won't because I talk a lot. But I just think it would be easier for everyone watching and me also filming to split it up into two. So this is actually my exfoliation night. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do when I exfoliate. And I do this twice a week. So I am someone who cannot tolerate more than that. I cannot tolerate very heavy acids, specifically glycolic. I tend to break out in small white, like comedone type bumps all over, specifically upper cheek and middle of the forehead when I use glycolic acid or when I do this step more than twice a week. So it's very important for me to not go higher than this as far as exfoliation goes. And tonight just happens to be one of those nights. So I'm gonna step off camera. I'm gonna go wash my face and do my toner, which are things that you've already seen in my AM routine. That hasn't changed. I'll put a card up if you wanna see those couple steps, and then I'll be back to finish off the evening skincare. So I am done with my routine, and I forgot to preface this video, so I'm gonna come back and stick it right in here, that this is my job. I did this in the AM routine, but in case you didn't see it, I get sent a lot of products. I purchase a lot of products to review. I love skincare so very much. You absolutely do not have to have all of these steps. You certainly don't need all the options within each step. If you are a very minimal, you need a good double cleanse, a good exfoliator for tonight, and a good moisturizer. Honestly, you could get away with that for sure. Add a retinol in on the other nights and you've got a complete routine. But I'm extra in a lot of ways, and especially when it comes to skincare. So that is why I have so many options, but it certainly is not to say that you need them too. I also forgot to say I am 41 years old with normal to sometimes dry skin. Back to regular programming. Okay, I know I said that all of the steps are the same, but they're absolutely not. There are a couple additions because it is nighttime. When I cleanse at night, I need to make sure I do a double cleanse and get all of the makeup off. Now, even when I don't wear makeup, I do a double cleanse because there's not a day that goes by where I don't wear my SPF. And when I wear an SPF, I feel like that warrants a double cleanse as well. Right now, I'm using the Fit Glow Beauty Makeup Cleansing Oil. I'm almost out. You can see it just has just a little bit left, probably about 3 more nights worth in here. Now, I have yet to find a cleansing oil that takes off the majority of my mascara, except for the MAC Cleanse Off Oil. So I use both of these, and I know y'all are probably like, why would you not just use the MAC Cleanse Off Oil? Because I'm always trying to find something else that works. I just haven't gotten there yet. So I'm continually trying new first cleanses. Oils are typically my favorite over balms. I do really like the Elemis Cleansing Balm and the Pharmacy Green Clean. Right now, those are my favorite balms, but I still don't gravitate towards them over oils. But I still end up going back to the MAC to do my eyes. So I used that, and then I went in with my Sanitas Milk and Honey. And then I went in to further get off my mascara because I use primers, I use 2 to 3 coats, and I feel like nothing fully gets it off except for the Sephora Waterproof Eye Makeup Remover. So that is what I just did in the bathroom at the sink. Now we can go on with our next step. I also said I would be toning as well, but I'm not, because I am gonna be using kind of an exfoliating pad, and I kind of use that as my toning step. Now, I do rotate through 3 different exfoliators, and I did mention that I can't use glycolic usually. There is the Chantecaille exfoliant toner, which I travel with because it's a real nice plastic bottle. I use that when I travel, especially, and occasionally I will use it. I didn't bring it in here, but that has some glycolic in it and it does not bother me. But as a rule, I tend to stick to products that don't. So the ones that I rotate through are my beloved Clarity RX Brighten It 10% Lactic Acid Solution. This is probably my third jar of this, and all it is 10% lactic acid. So lactic acid is great for me. My skin really likes it. It really responds to it. So I absolutely love this one. And I have recently been using, since it launched, the Neogenesis Mandelic Acid 8%. This is a serum. And I have been loving this too. This is a very gentle acid, but it's also very good not only for like the anti-aging and the exfoliating benefits that I use them for, but also if you have acne prone skin, Mandelic acid is a great acid to use on that as well. So I rotate with that as well. And then what I'm going to use tonight are my Clinical Active Peel System treatment pads. So I've talked about this in a favorites video before. These come in, there's a step 1 pad, and you are to take this, apply it all over. So this is why I kind of said it's like my toner step. So I'll just take this. It's actually more than it's a good nice size sheet. So I make sure to rotate parts of the sheet. So I make sure I'm getting, I need to pull my hair back, as much actives as I can. And you're gonna see my face get pretty red, but it will tone down. I also take this down my neck. I'm telling y'all, here's the thing about this one. It works, like really works, but it sometimes makes me peel. Like it is a legit exfoliating pad. Now this uses a lot of enzymes, but it also has salicylic acid in it. And it's actually the only acid that I see listed on the ingredient list. But what I think works the best is all the extracts in with it, like the other enzymes that they put in it. Now, once I do that, they say to leave it on for 3 minutes, and then I will go in to neutralize everything with the step 2 pad. So I'm gonna wait my 3 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, it has been 3 minutes, so I'm gonna go in with the Neutralizer Pad. Now, when I said that it caused peeling, I don't want it to scare anybody because I know that's not the results that everybody has. I think my skin just really responds, not in a negative way, because I mean, exfoliation is to an extent peeling. It doesn't mean it's not working if you don't, but it's not to where I can't wear makeup. It's not like those pictures you see after people get chemical peels where their face is literally peeling off. It is not that at all. It's just a little bit of peeling that results from this. So typically my routine goes like this. On the 2 times that I exfoliate a week, I will do either the lactic acid or the peel pads. The second time I'll do the mandelic acid. So every week I do the mandelic acid one day, and then I rotate through the other 2 every other week. And that seems to be working for me. Again, I feel like over exfoliation has become a thing, and everybody's having to come out with like barrier repair products because people have just gone ham on their face and they have no barrier left. And I learned the hard way the effects of over exfoliating. So I just will not go more than twice a week. If I feel like that's even too much, I will use an exfoliating cleanser once a week. My favorite, I forgot to bring in here, lately has been the Cosmedix Lactic Acid Cleanser. I will put that down below. And then just use one of these products one day a week. So that does have to happen sometimes. Now that I have that exfoliating step done, I'm going to move on with the rest of my routine, and I'm going to use the Gloasis pH Balancing Moisture Milk Toner. This is the same one that I used in my morning routine, and it is essentially used as an essence step, and it feels so good on my skin after I exfoliate it. It's so cooling, and it's just this shot of moisture that feels so good, and it really preps my skin for the next products. So just like in my morning routine, every night I typically use 3 serums. The first serum is almost always the Osmosis Rescue Epidermal Repair Serum. I can't tell you how many of these I have gone through. I love this stuff. I was mixing this with the Photozyme DNA Repair Serum. I am out of that right now, so obviously I can't use it tonight, and I'm contemplating on whether I'm going to repurchase it right now. I'm gonna kind of actually stay off of it for a little while and see if I see a negative effect. That to me is the true test of whether or not a product works for me, is when I stop using it. And if I feel like my skin misses it, then I know it worked for me. This, my skin doesn't want to be without. So I will take 1 to 1.5 pumps. And this actually is one of the serums they say you don't have to use a mist with, but I like to anyway. So I'm just going to use my Osmosis Infuse. This has a very, I don't remember what ingredient it is in this serum that makes it smell very much like chlorine. And at first it was extremely unpleasant to me. It's still not a smell that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to put my Rescue on and smell that smell. It's not that. It's just that it doesn't bother me anymore. But if you've never used it, don't be alarmed if you smell that. That's totally normal. So on the nights that I use any kind of acids, I do like to choose serums that don't have a heavy amount of peptides in them. When you mix peptides with AHAs, they tend to have a diminished efficacy. The peptides can be broken down by the alpha hydroxy acids, and you're not really getting your bang for your buck, basically. So one of my very favorite serums to use on exfoliation nights is my Epionce Intense Defense Serum. This is one of those full all-in-one anti-aging serums. This has vitamin A, B, C, D, and E in it. It's if you're a minimalist and you just want to have a one and done, this is going to be it. So I really like to add this again on the nights that I exfoliate versus, you know, maybe a Cosmedix serum that I have or my Elastin serum, because those are very rich in peptides. So again, I'm going to use my spray and mix that in with the serum because I've been gabbing. I love this stuff so much. It feels so good on the skin. I love Epionce as a brand. I've used many of their products over the years. Now, I could totally stop here, and in the summer, I likely will, but it's still cold here. We had a freeze warning this morning. It's just one of those springs in Tennessee, and I'm still needing to give some extra moisture to my skin. So I'm gonna use some of the Beta Glucan Power Moisture Serum that I talked about in my AM routine. And again, mix that in with some of the infused spray and top off everything else I just did for an extra shot of moisture. I'm pretty extra on my eyes when it comes to my PM routine, and I always use my Neogenesis Eye Serum. I buy the little baby one because I use such a small amount, and I prefer the pump on this one versus the full size. I feel like you can control it a little bit more, and I use truly like 1/4 of a pump and just tap that under my eyes, a little bit on my lids. It sinks in super fast. It is a serum though, so I do feel like I need to top it with something a little bit more moisturizing, but I do it at this step so that it has time to sink in. While it's sinking in, I will do the same 2 steps for my neck as I did in my AM routine. So I'll take my Clarity Keep Your Chin Up Age Defying Neck Serum and top it with the Sente Neck Firming Cream. So just in that small amount of time, that Neogenesis has sunk in my under eyes very well. So I'm gonna go over it with the ARMD Regenerative ECM Eye Complex. So this is the second ARMD product that I have. The vitamin C is the first. These are the 2 that I have been trying lately. And I'm gonna take maybe a 1/2 pump. I feel like a whole pump is wasting it. And I'm just gonna tap that around my eye area. And this is also more of like a serum consistency than an actual rich cream, but I find it to be more moisturizing than the Neogenesis. So I have been liking layering the 2. Now another eye cream that I really like that I will list down below is the Skin Ceuticals AGE Eye Complex and the Elastin Restorative Eye Complex. Both of those are tried and true. Love them. We'll list them as well because I like giving y'all options if you haven't noticed. And speaking of options, we are now at the moisturizer phase. And I have a lot of options. I love these 2 from Chantecaille, the Bio Lifting Cream and the Bio Lifting Mask. So when I use the Bio Lifting Mask, I actually use it as a moisturizer. I will just put a thin layer, it's about halfway gone, all over my face. and let it sink in overnight. Really, really like that. Love the Bio Lifting Cream. They are both, you can see I've used quite a bit of this. They are both very lightweight, but they're still moisturizing. I really enjoy these in the summer because they are so lightweight, but I can easily add an oil to them in the fall and winter, and it's perfect. My favorite oil I am out of. I can typically stretch one bottle of the Fit Glow Beauty Collagen Oil, Cloud Collagen Oil, for a whole winter season, and I pretty much did that this year, so I just ran out of it. So now I went back to using my Chantecaille Rose de Mai face oil, which I love, but I haven't really been needing to add oil in lately. I feel like all these moisturizing products that I've been using and how I am changing up my retinols and kind of rotating them, which you will see in my next video, I don't need oils as much. So the two, because yes, I am mixing. You absolutely do not need to mix. You can get just one of these and be totally fine, but I have them and I like mixing them. The Sente Dermal Repair Ultra Nourish, which is fabulous. The texture of this is so lightweight yet so moisturizing. It wears really well under makeup. It's fabulous. Love this. And then I have been putting a little bit of the TNS Ceramide Treatment Cream in with this as well. Again, it's extra, y'all. I maybe press halfway down on this, get just a little bit of that, and then add a little bit of the Skin Medica. And I only put this on my face because I use the Sente cream on my neck, and it just tops everything off, seals everything in. And again, it's just been the perfect amount of moisture for me lately. It's exactly what I need. Now, a step that I do 3 nights a week, this is not one of those nights, I just did it yesterday, so I'm just gonna show it to you, is the Revitalash Advanced Eyelash Conditioner. I know there's been a lot going around about not using eyelash serums that have prostaglandins in them. This definitely does, but I've been using this for years and I've had no side effects. I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but it's the case for me, so I continue to use it in maintenance, which is 3 times a week. It's my favorite out of all of the lash serums that I've tried. If you have a prostaglandin-free one that you're like, it works just as well, honestly, I don't know that there is one that works just as well. That's why there's prostaglandins in them, because that's kind of the key ingredient. But if you have one that you just think is amazing, please share with everybody down in the comment section. And then finally, I will just put a little bit of my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask to hydrate my lips for the night, and I'm sure I will reapply this a couple more times throughout the night because it's only 6 o'clock. I like to do my nighttime skincare routine as early as I possibly can. So if I'm not going out at night and have nowhere else to be, that's when I'm doing it. Chad took the girls to dance and gymnastics so that I could film this video, and on nights that I don't have stuff to do, it's 5 or 6 o'clock and I'm doing my skincare routine because I want all these products that I have invested in to sit on my face for as long as possible. So hopefully, I know this is very long-winded, but again, it's not something that takes more than 10 minutes at night for me to do. Hopefully this was helpful. I will again have everything listed and linked with discount codes just like I did for the AM routine, and I will be back very soon with my retinol night to show you how I layer those products and the additional serums that I use on those nights. Thank y'all so much for watching. Be sure and like and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. I hope you're all staying happy, healthy, and safe, and that most of all, you go out and have a very blessed day.